academic for my life.
Alok Mehta, the bottom line in this is government is not going to do this. Government cannot do this. The only job of government from today till the next 20 years is to get out of the way, because Bharat is going to have to do this. So how do we create that energy that we are not looking at the budget and we are expecting that Nirmala will make an announcement and then that will fix all these things? No, I mean, you and I will have to fix all of these things. So how do we A, get government out of the way, and B, get the guidance, the margdarshan from government on how do we get this out of the way?
Very rightly said, Rishabh. I think that's why the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, either in the Man Ki Baat or awareness in the all over India, you see the skill development and the education for literacy for the girl child. I think these kind of it's taking time, but certainly you go to Bastar. I visited people who are the self-employment from skill development centers. You see in Dantewada, you'll surprise in Jagdalpur. So these kind of awareness we need in remote area, in rural area especially. And I still say, people, honest teachers are there. Maybe in the education system, Sumit, you must be not aware that the new education policy now it's going to implement it because it's a state subject. That's why you are very rightly said, we need more honest people in the society. That's why it depends on not only the government, in the political system. If our political parties also, they should have at least honesty, minimum honesty, to create the awareness for self-reliance, for more literacy, for more health awareness. And that's why support are the positive points of any government, any party, because we need nowhere in the world this kind of system what we are in. Sometimes I feel that some political parties, they create more chaos other than any foreign power or what we talk about it.
Okay,
so I think that's why we need
I just
more
want to touch upon a last thing and then we need to take a break. Okay, so Sumit, let me flip it around, right? I can have a contrarian argument. I can say that for anybody who thinks that Indian people don't like to be entrepreneurial, I can tell you, ask any Marwadi, ask any Gujarati, okay, entrepreneurship is running in their veins, okay, the dhanda, okay, it is people from my kind of backgrounds who, still grew up that the concept of starting your own company did not exist. You were supposed to become a professional. Now, whether you become an engineer, you become a doctor, you become a lawyer, you were supposed to become a professional. But dhanda is not something unknown to India. The difference being that dhanda versus trading versus low-level manufacturing to cutting edge, that this is the best in the world. That's the X factor, Sumit. Now, how do we hit that X factor? It's not like we don't have good businessmen in the country.
We have all the things what we need. The only thing is, there's one thing, Rishabh ji, Hindi में बोलूँगा, पढ़ाई और कमाई दो अलग-अलग चीजें हैं. Because if I want to do a padai and make a kamai out of it, that is where the system collapses, system fails. Padai is for your mental enlightenment, know the world, know what you are doing. But the challenge is that if I want to use my padai as a way to get a nokri and to get the encashment and, be employed somewhere, that is where the challenge is. So the padai what we learn has to fundamentally change the paradigms and teaches, look, I'm awareing you, I'm enabling you, but that doesn't mean that you are supposed to exactly, if you study history, you're going to teach somewhere history or you have to go anything to do with history. You can still be a journalist, you can still be an entrepreneur, you can still be so-called, some people will mock me for saying pakodonomics. Even if you can set up a big street shop, there's nothing wrong in that. So I might not have those inhibitions. I have done my master's in, let's say, literature. How can I run a halwai ki dukaan? That is where the problem starts coming. And when these things start getting into the society, then one day you will have a Haldiram, which is a global success story. Then one day you will have all those things which come up. Yeah. Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani was not a great pada lekha guy, right? But he had that thing in him, and that is where Reliance is today.
Yeah,
but
true.
If we get to the fact that padai and kamai are two different things, unless until that fundamental change happens, I don't expect you to think.
No, but fundamental change is possible. And I think Reliance is a great example. When I began my career, Reliance was primarily an oil and gas company. Okay. Today we don't even think of Reliance as an oil and gas company. We are thinking we are thinking geo, and we are thinking technology and retail. So it's completely transformed. So I need to take a break. We are going to be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah. Quickly, Sumit, you want to make, everybody wants to make a point. Okay, 10 seconds. Sumit, then General Dwivedi. Sumit.
Look at Wipro. It started as Wipro oil mills. Tel banate the. Now they're the biggest IT name in the world.
Okay.
They started from making sabun and tel.
Okay, General Dwivedi.
Bishop, just I want to share my experience because I am so much in education. First and foremost, I think we are not spending enough on education, less than 1%, while China and South Korea and other countries gone up with education. Second point is, today, Kamai and Padai have to go together. When we talk campus to corporate, we got to ensure that our students who pass out from the business school, they are employable. That's not what is not happening because there is a big gap between the campus and corporate. And thirdly, please understand that today we are not in knowledge age. We are in the conceptual age. Conceptual age means new concepts. We are not in the rote learning. And I do a lot of work with the central universities on new education policy. Until we translate on the ground, it's only on the paper.
Okay.
It has to be translated
Let me
on the
put that
ground.
into perspective. One of the world's most valuable silicon chip companies never even makes a silicon chip. All they do is design. Every single one of us and all of you watching this broadcast have one of their design chips in your phones. It's called Qualcomm. They don't manufacture anything, but they hold the design patents, and that is where the value chain is. It's a very interesting concept of the new age that we are living in. I need to take a very short break. We come back on the other side. See you in a minute.